Hi everyone, my name is Angela from Angela Stitches and welcome back to my channel. So this is Bliss by Just Nan and I got a couple of the colors finished, maybe like 5. I finished all of the green parts and then I started on the flowers, which is the colorful part of this motif, but for each color I'm only stitching maybe 4 or 5 stitches per area where the flowers are, so it's taking a little longer to move around because with this one I didn't want it to carry my threads over, so yeah, each time I'm ending my thread and then re-anchoring it and stitching, so it's a little slow, but it's really pretty, so I like it. So after I finish that, I'm going to move on to the next row, which says, it's really hard to read it because it's stitched with 2 different colors, so I'll have it on the screen later. I think it'll be easier for me to read it from the chart, but I can't show you the chart, so. But yeah, after that, it's a row of specialty stitches, and then the quote continues to the next line, so yeah, I really like this piece. I'm going to have it out until I finish the lines with the coat and then work on Rose Quaker. I'm just going to carry these 2 projects through March so that I can work on both of them. And then I also worked on Rose of Sharon and I just filled in these areas where I skipped some of the stitches earlier. So I filled those in. So yeah, not much to say about this other than that I'm having a lot of fun working on this. I think I really like all of my projects, so I can't really choose a favorite, but right now, Rose of Sharon might be my favorite. Since it's already the 27th or 26th, yes, 26th, and I only have 2 days till March, I don't think I'll be able to finish the Knitting Angel by then, so I don't think I'm going to be finishing this, but I'm still going to work on this. So today I'm going to spend more time on this, and I still need to do the socks and the glove, and I already did the basket, but I still need to do these 3 things. And the lamb is finished. I just need to do the beading on it. So yeah, I'm going to work on this today and tomorrow so I can make good progress on it, and I'm just going to move this over to March and finish it next month. And I'm probably going to make another video where I talk about what I worked on this month and also my projects and goals for March. And also get a poll going for my next new Mirabilia start, which I'm super excited about. I also ordered some root dye to hand dye my own fabric, so really excited about that too. I don't have it yet, so I can't show you because I ordered it online. It's coming to me right now, but as soon as I get them, I'm going to start dyeing fabrics. And let me know if you want to see the process of it. I've never done fabric dyeing with root dye before, so I might mess up, but I think it's really fun to just watch. But yeah, so tonight I'm just going to try to focus on this, and if I get bored or want to work on something else, I'll maybe knit a little bit or work on Rose of Sharon. So it's still Friday, and usually I don't make an update at night, but I just wanted to show you my progress on the Knitting Angel because I just connected this bottom piece of paper with this one stitch. So right now it's a little loose, and I think this flopping around while I stitch is going to be really annoying. So I'm going to stitch here and connect this part so that it'll be fixed in place. Then I can handle it more freely and stitch a little better. So yeah, I'm really excited because I added the second piece and I think this is going to work really well. And I'm not sure yet, but I think I might have to add a third piece on the bottom here because I think this might be too short. So I'm going to work towards the bottom so I can reach the bottom section of this design, and if I need to, I'll add another piece. But right now I'm gonna have some dinner, and my mom made a special dinner, and I'll have some clips of it here later if I film anything, but it's Jeongwol Daeborum in Korea, which means it's the first full moon of the Lunar New Year. So there's a Korean traditional food that you eat and other things that you do, but we're just going to have the food. But she made a very simple version of it, so It's kind of late, but I just wanted to show you my progress. So I stitched and connected the papers. So this is already kind of sturdy. It's not moving too much than before, so I can still kind of move it a little bit, but I think once I finish all of the cross stitches, I don't think it'll move very much. So yeah, I think I'm going to stitch a little bit more before going to bed. So I think I'm done stitching for tonight, and this is how much I got done. So starting from the top of her dress, and I stitched down to the very edge, and this is where the design ends. And I need to do one more stitch here with a different color, and then that was just the right amount of paper that I needed. So yeah, this is turning out better than I thought. I thought connecting the papers would be really tricky, but it was pretty easy to do. So now I think I want to knit a little bit. I was knitting earlier and stopped right here in the middle, but I think I'm going to watch another episode of Vampire Diaries and knit a little bit. And I'm finally on the episode where Enzo is introduced. He's one of my favorites, so I'm going to watch that and knit before going to bed. Hi everyone, so it's the next morning, and I think the last clip was me saying that I was going to knit a little bit and then go to sleep after watching that one episode of Vampire Diaries, but I ended up watching another episode, so I worked on Rose of Sharon while watching the second one. So yeah, I'm still working on the yellow part of the dress, so not much else to say about this one. And I think I already updated you on this one, and I haven't worked on it since I've shown it to you last night, but yeah, so this is the very end of the design, and I'm still like really amazed how close that was. I think I would have been really annoyed if it was the other way around and I needed one more row of paper to stitch. But if that was the case, I think I would have just skipped a row to make it work without connecting another piece of paper, I think. But yeah, so right now I have 3 places that's holding the second piece of paper. So the back looks like this, and I know it's a little messy, but I don't really care too much about the back. But since I have 3 places holding it, it's pretty sturdy, so I'm not having any trouble stitching. So I think when I work on this again today, I'm going to try to work on the seam of this and try to cover that area because I don't want my threads getting caught on the seam. And then maybe I'll work on beading this lamb, which I have it right here, and also the basket. So I'll try beading tonight, and then I'm gonna have to start the wings pretty soon. But yeah, now that I have the whole angel, I feel like this is finally coming together. I just need to remember to do these 3 things. And I think this is going to be really cute when it's done. And for knitting, I just did a couple of rows. This is just the back piece of the cardigan, so there's not much to see yet, but I'm still really enjoying knitting with this mohair. So yeah, I guess that's everything for now. So last night I finished the beading on the lamb and the basket, and I had a good laugh about her curls and how it was expressed through beads. I thought it was really cute. Brooks Books is really good at those details, so I really like that. But yeah, so these 2 are finished, and I think I'm going to cut these out later today. And the angel, I worked on the second piece of paper, and I tried to hide the seam, but I think you can kind of tell there's a slight step. I think it's more visible because of the lighting here, but I'm not too bothered by it. After attaching the other items and the hanger with the socks, I don't think that'll be the focal point of this project, so I'm just going to continue and finish this. And then today I think I want to get back to Bliss and try to get this motif done by tonight because I only have a couple of stitches left to do for the flowers, and then I can move on to the quote below it. So I cut these out yesterday and I think these are really cute, and cutting perforated paper is really relaxing to me. I know some of you said that it was kind of stressful, but I don't know, I find it relaxing and I kind of like that snip snip sound that paper makes. But anyways, so this is gonna go here. And for the angel, I just worked on filling in the empty space around her dress up here. And I didn't even have to look at the chart for that section because it was just solid stitching with one color. So that was pretty quick. But I looked at the chart for the wings, and that I need to pay attention when I stitch because it's one of those things when if I mess up one stitch, everything gets messed up. But I think I want to finish the angel first and then move on to the wings. And then I also worked on Bliss and finished this motif with all the colors, and then started on the letters. And this is stitched 1/1 full crosses, and right now I'm working on one of the colors, and I don't know if you could tell, I think you can. This is stitched with two different colors, and in the picture you can tell the color difference, but the actual DMCs aren't that distinguishable. So I don't know if I want to do the second color yet, but I think I'll just finish the whole thing with one of the colors first and then decide if I want to do the second color or not. I almost think I'm not going to like it just by looking at the second color, but so far I really like 1/1 stitching. It's super tiny, and I know it can get a little annoying, but I'm really enjoying it so far. It's a nice change from 2/2s. So I stitched a little bit more on Bliss, and I'm having a lot of fun with this one, but it's just taking a bit of time, which is understandable, but I think it looks really pretty. So I'm just going to work till the end of this band and then decide if I want to do the shading of it, but so far I really like how this is coming along. And then I also worked on Opalescent Heart by Sweetheart Tree, and I did one corner of the back stitching. I still need to do some cross stitches and the specialty stitches, but I want to do the back stitching first. So I need to do 4 more of these, and I want to finish this by end of this week or by end of this weekend, the latest, and I think I could do it. And this morning I finally got my Rit dies in the mail. So I got 3 colors. I got teal, pink or petal pink, and denim blue. And I'm most excited about denim blue because blue and dark blues are my favorite colors. So I'm really excited to try it out. So yeah, I hope I really like this one. And I actually wanted to get purple, but they were sold out. So I'm going to mix colors and see if I could make color purple because I want to dye my own fabric to start the March cake. And I want this like lavenderish color, so I'm thinking if I mix the pink and denim blue, I might be able to get purple. It depends on how dark denim blue is, but yeah, so I'm just going to do some experiments and just try things out. So it's a little later. I just finished stitching the quote and also tried the second color. And I think the second color is making it harder to read. I think it's muddling the words. It's making it illegible, I think. So let me zoom in. So this M doesn't look like an M anymore to me, and I think this is why it's so hard to read the quote from this cover page. I thought it was just a bad picture, maybe, but maybe a little bit of both. But the second color, I feel like it's ruining the legibility of the quote. And the quote is beautiful. I want to be able to read the quote easily and not feel like I need to figure out what it says every time. But at the same time, I know the effect was to give a little shading to the letters, which I like the idea. So I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I think I want to think about this. Maybe I'll stitch a little bit more and then decide. And I also stitched on Opalescent Heart, like 8 stitches for the flowers, but I'm going to head out to the studio and I'm going to bring my white fabrics to hand dye and I'm going to record the stuff that I do. So this is 32 count and it already has some coffee on it. And then this is also 32 count, but I think this is Belfast because it's a little springier, but I'm not sure what this is. But these two are different fabrics. It feels very different to me, but they are both 32 counts. And I know different fabrics take dyes differently, so that's going to be interesting, I think. And this is Ada, and I don't stitch on Ada anymore. And I was thinking I should do a giveaway after I dye this, but what is this? So this is a 18 count, and I was going to do a giveaway later when shipping comes back to normal because I don't stitch on Ada. But so these are the fabrics, and I'm going to try all 3 colors, and I'm going to watch Priscilla and Chelsea's videos and do what they do with their fabrics because I really liked how theirs came out. So I'll link that video in the description box if you want to check that out. But yeah, so I was thinking about doing a giveaway with these, but then I thought it was kind of weird giving people something that I was experimenting with. So I'll only do the giveaway if I like the results with these because I want to give out pretty things, not something that I played with and didn't like. And if that's the case, I'll just keep it and use it for a future project because I don't want it to go to waste either. So I got home and ironed them, and I was a little worried that it was really dark, but after drying it and ironing them, it became a little lighter, and I really like how these turned out. So right now the lighting is kind of weird, but this is the last thing that I did. I just mixed some colors, and you can see the purple, the blue, and the pink. And I really like this piece. I really like how this turned out, but I don't usually stitch on colorful fabric like this, so I'm not really sure what to stitch on this, but still I really like how this turned out. And then I was really surprised with how these Adas came out. I actually really like them. This is more what I go for when I look at fabrics. So these brown modeling came from the coffee, and this side was up when I had it in the oven, and I really like that modeling. The other side has some, but not as much. But this side is actually kind of cool too. So yeah, I think I will do a giveaway with these, but when shipping comes back to normal, I don't know when, but so I'll talk about that later when that happens, but yeah, really happy with how this turned out. It doesn't even look Ada anymore, which makes me want to keep it, but I said I would do a giveaway with these if I like how they turned out, so. And this is the one with the coffee stain, and I really like this one too. This was the one where I tried not soaking the whole thing and leaving some white areas of the fabric, and then did a coffee and tea dye at the end, and I really like this one too. I was a little nervous because it was super dark at one point. Everything was super dark at one point, but I'm glad some of the dye came out. But yeah, really happy with all of these. And I think my least favorite might be this one, just because I don't see myself stitching on something like this, but I really like the effect. But I don't know, if you have any ideas, let me know. But yeah, overall, I'm really happy with how these turned out. So it's the next morning, and I just want to show you the fabrics again in better lighting. So this one with all the colors, and I was thinking last night if this was big enough, I think a Nora Corbett would look really pretty on this, but I don't have any Nora Corbett yet. But yeah, still very happy with these. I think these Adas actually turned out really pretty, so I'm really happy about these. And I finished the four corners on Opalescent Heart, and I think it looks super pretty. I did mess up this one corner, but I'm not gonna fix it because I don't want to. So now I'm gonna do the border, the inner border, and work on the inside, and then go back and do the specialty stitches for the hearts and the beading at the end. So if I can, I'm going to work on this again tonight, and I still haven't decided on what to do with this one. So if you could help me, I would really appreciate it. Let me know in the comments if I should do the second color or leave it with just the one color. I kind of like the shading effect with the second color, but that's going to take away the legibility of the quote, I feel like. So yeah, let me know what you think about that. And also, if you saw my very recent video where I talk about how I did last month and my plans for March, I started another poll to vote for a new Mirabilia start for March. So if you haven't seen that yet, I'll link that video in the description box. But so far, 3 for T and the Millennium Angel has a vote each. And then I think it's going to be between these four because they all have about 4 to 5 votes, I think. So the Baking Angel, the Kiss, which I was kind of surprised because last month I think this got the least amount of votes, and then Queen of Peace and Garden Prelude. So if you haven't seen that video yet, go back and watch it and help me choose my next March start. I'm going to have the poll going until the 6th, so this Saturday. And if you want to start a Mirabilia with me, please feel free to. I'm going to start mine on the 10th. So yeah, I guess this is the end of this video. I hope everyone is doing really well and getting a lot of stitching done. So yeah, thank you so much for watching and for your comments, and I'll see you in my next video.